It's a path-breaking announcement after a long time. There has been a gap, as you know. Once Taliban was formed a few years back, we had no relationship with them in the sense that there were no formal relationship. But over the years, we find that Afghanistan has been uh, more responsive to our concerns about their own safety and issues which concern us. I'm talking, of course, about the terrorist angle, which we are at the receiving end, so are they. So we have been having contact with them, but not on an official level. But the main thing started perhaps in the month of January when our foreign secretary met the Afghan foreign minister in Dubai. So that was the beginning, to my mind, of finding ways if we can restore our relationship back to the days when our relationship were very, very good. We have had wonderful relationship in the past. We have always been supportive of the aspirations of the Afghan people and Afghan society because of historical reasons, because of the fact that in the past we have had such a close relationship. But because situations change, particularly after the withdrawal of the American forces from Afghanistan, and other interested parties started jockeying and to gain influence in that region. That's when we found that things are not moving as well as they should be. But over the years, Afghanistan has found that they are being shortchanged by various parties. I'm not talking about the Western parties only, but countries in the region, particularly their neighboring country, which was trying to occupy a special place and to control things. Because what Pakistan felt was to add to their strategic depths, they would like to control everything what happens, whosoever come in the power in Afghanistan. So that is when Afghanistan started finding out from their experience that it is not in Afghans' interest to come to the assistance of Pakistan for their own political reasons. And that's when, over the period of time, when they were being attacked and they were being denied various facilities, then they had to look out and see where else can they possibly go and who their real friends and benefactors are. Over a period of time, therefore, Afghanistan Taliban regime realized that the only country which can come to their help, to their assistance, to stand by them in their hour of crisis will be India. And that's why there were messages conveyed across. And I think the best thing was when during the Pahalgam crisis, when our innocent civilians were being killed, one of the few countries which came and showed their solidarity with India was Afghanistan. So that message was very much appreciated, and we responded in our own way. Pakistan has now started attacking. Just now, as I'm talking to you, there are reports which I've seen in the press that there have been some explosions and some kind of attacks which have happened. I presume that they are terrorist attacks, and that must have been inspired by Pakistan. So Pakistan must have realized that since the Afghan foreign minister is in India, just tell them a lesson, teach them a lesson that if they try to come so close to India, there is a price to be paid. And I don't think Afghanistan will be deterred by what is being done to them. They are brave people, they are fighters, and they know that ultimately, in the long run, their interests lie more with India than any other country, because India's interest is for the support and for the help and reconstruction of Afghanistan and its people and its infrastructure. So that is the reason, to my mind, now we have realized, and that's the reason why today a decision has been made, an agreement has been reached that India would upgrade its relationship with Afghanistan on a diplomatic level as full-fledged embassies.
I think it is a good thing that we have agreed to a visit by the foreign minister of Taliban, because diplomacy means getting engaged with those who are in power. You know, we may have differences. We may have differences about the way they are treating women, for example. Taliban in Pakistan, in Afghanistan, it's very bad. But the correct thing to do is to engage, and during the engagement and tell them, listen, the way you are treating women is not correct. But cooperate. And we also have a strategic interest. You know, in the context of India-Pakistan relations, when Pakistan is getting diplomatic support from both United States and China, and abundant military support from China, and there are reports about some military support from America also, and the growing bonhomie between President Trump's family business and the military chief in Pakistan, Field Marshal Munir, and Prime Minister Sharif, there is good reason for India to strengthen its relations with Afghanistan, which, don't forget, at one time Pakistan used to consider it as its strategic depth. You know, and more recently, when Taliban, regained power, the Pakistan's ISI, Inter-Service Intelligence, was sort of a mentor for them. But then something went wrong. And in Pakistan, there is a feeling that Munir messed it up. But that's a different story. And the relations between Pakistan and Afghanistan are bad. And some bombing also has taken place.
But meanwhile, there is a news about airstrike by the Pakistan reportedly carried out airstrike in Kabul targeting TTP sites. How does it mean?
Well, TTP is Taliban, it's an extremist organization. And Pakistan has done it even earlier. And there is the Durand line dividing Pakistan and Afghanistan, which neither country accepts. And there are tribals who are partly here and partly there. Naturally, they cannot recognize this line. And lots of Afghans had come into Pakistan when Taliban took over, and Pakistan now wants them to get out. Not in an orderly manner, but just get out. So the relations between these two countries are pretty bad.